Hey guys, and welcome. I am the Seven Swords, and we are back in Skyrim with Sarah.
Feels so slow.
It will feel that way for a while, but eventually you'll get used to it. And then you'll get faster with it. After that, the short sword will feel like a knitting needle when you pick it up again.
I've never held a knitting needle.
Of course, my mistake.
Was she insult? Did she take that as an insult? Weird. We are back in Skyrim. In the last episode, I'm pretty sure we went to Ysgramor's tomb and cured ourselves of being a werewolf. We are now back to being pure human or purebred. We are no longer cursed to being a fanged creature, so
I ain't
the
done
fanged
yet.
queen has just returned to the mystic queen, I guess. Or the magical queen? Hmm. I don't know what she would call herself anymore. But, we then went off and did a job for the companions. Today, we are going to be doing something very similar to that. Um, Sarah has decided to go through her, I would guess it's like a journal that she has of things that she's come across in the world, whatever you would call the quest log. And I have made the decision that what we are going to go take care of is this quest, Balance of Power, the Saints Bandit Camp and the Seducer's Bandit Leader. Um, so it's a pretty one side or the other kind of thing. We can go up here and defeat the Seducer Bandit Leader, or we could head down here to defeat the Saints Bandit Camp. Um, Truth be told, this one's probably just closer, so I would say we're probably gonna go deal with this one. Um, as far as what I'm planning on doing, we're just gonna go around. We're just gonna go take care of a couple of things in the quest book for a little bit. Um, Actually, let's go to the north. Let's go deal with the one near Windhelm. I don't know if we have to deal with both of them or if we just have to deal with one of them, but we're gonna go to the north for no other reason than I feel like going to the north instead. Although this one is, I think this one would be in the Whiterun Hold, so it would be in her territory. Not to mention, it is near, kind of close to the Golden Hill Plateau, or the Golden Hill Plantation, or whatever it's called. So yeah, let's go do this one. I think we have to deal with both of them, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Um, isn't this the one? Yeah, I think this is the one that transfers health into Magicka. So let's go ahead and we'll just give both of these onto Elemental Blast. But I plan on just doing a couple of, basically what I'm going to consider palette cleansers before we go deal with another big quest. I'm currently debating in my mind whether or not to become a... There's a giant. We want to kill a giant? I'm not really sure if killing giants... I know that you can get bounties for giants, but I don't know if you should just go around killing them just to kill them. I mean, the guards are pretty much just letting it go, but that might be because they can't beat it. Let's deal with it. I like how it used to be difficult to take down giants, and now it's just a two blasts from Elemental Blast, and we're done. I did find out that one of the quests that I want to do eventually, that I've been kind of itching to do because I've personally never done the quest before, actually doesn't trigger until I'm level 46, which right now I think we're level 44. Yes, so we need 2 more levels. So I may just start fighting tough opponents just to gain the experience. Not to mention the fact that we are still working towards getting our destruction magic up to maximum, so that we can then go talk to the lady at the college for destruction training. I still haven't looked into enchantment training yet. I do want to look that up, but I haven't really um, decided to take the time to. There's another guard being, there's another noble being escorted by a guard. We'll go ahead and keep our distance. Sarah probably does feel bad about the one that she killed in the past, but there's nothing to do about that. She can't really go and pay her crime. She's already done that. And she might feel like it's necessary, but I don't know. Um, I did notice while listening to one of my playthroughs recently that the game volume is not nearly as loud as I think it is. It is deafening in my ear sometimes, which is one reason why sometimes I don't talk. Breathe the Elytia nymph. What the flip does that mean? Where is that at? Oh. Huh. Okay then. That's interesting. Um, but I also have gotten another comment about my volume, my voice's volume. I am going to try to remember to make sure my mic is in the right position when I'm recording, so that my voice is loud enough. But much like I said before, if this is currently not loud enough, I do apologize, but there's nothing I can do to improve it right now. I have it set to maximum in the recording software. The mic is as close to my mouth as I can comfortably get it. Um, yeah. So, whoa. Hey, I was not expecting two giants to be what I walked up on. I was trying to tell if that was a bird or if that was a dragon, and they're both birds. Not like it would have mattered either way. That was a lot faster and easier than I was expecting. What is with these boots and armor? Ugh. We will go ahead and take this. Not the hide armor, that seems pretty... Okay. I was about to say, if there's bad guys, then fine, but if there's not bad guys, chill with the music. I was just explaining how it's a lot louder in my ears than they can hear. You don't need to prove that to me. I'm going to take these golden armor. Mostly because I know that this stuff is rare armor. And so I want it. Nice shield. Saints the Seducers. Saint Battle Journal. Note of the Blacksmith. Pretty interesting pet, huh? And we've got this chest. Let's see what's in here. Elven Warhammer, no thank you. Gold. Golden arrows. We'll take both of those. Golden Saint armor. Golden Saint boots. And Bandit's cage key. Which probably was to open up this. Which apparently is already open. There we go. Hello. That might be true for her. Let's go with an adorable little bug. Wonder why you were kept in the cage. I can't just leave you here. Maybe you could follow. Still, I wouldn't mind keeping you as a pet. I think you're kind of cute. Well, you're free. Good luck out there. Let's go with, you want to come with me? Alright, let's go. So, we have another pet. We've now gotten a rabbit, a goblin, and now this. A crab bug. But let's take a look at the books we got from this bandit leader. One of the things we got was the Saints and the Seducers. Now, I'm not entirely sure what this book will say. I might eventually read through it myself. But as we see Lord Sheogor there at the bottom, um, in the second game, not the second game, in Oblivion, um, in the Shivering Isles, you met with the Saints and the Seducers, and you did battle with them. And um, you had to side with one side or the other. Um, and I don't know if that's such an option here. I did notice that they weren't attacking me, and I kind of wish I would have talked to them. But here is the journal. Again, I don't feel like reading through this right now, so if you guys want to stop, pause the recording, and read it, here you go. But I don't feel like pausing and reading it right now. I think I've read it before, but I don't remember what it was about. And then the one that I was interested in seeing was this note of the blacksmith. Oh, this is just stuff to make the golden armor. The gold and the saints and the seducer's armor. So we are going to bring this little bug with us. It's probably not exactly... Ow. Probably not exactly a big deal to Sarah either way. I personally feel like bringing it with me because I can. Let's see. Remove it. Let's see. I noticed that I had another quest marker available to me. There we go. Locate Kenneth's Saints Bandit Camp. Okay. And then this one is defeat the Seducer Bandit Leader. Yeah, let's go take care of the Seducer Bandit Leader first. And then we might travel to Markarth to get to here. Or, heck, I might just travel there myself. I am going to leave these two alone. Actually, no, I'm not. I need the XP. There we go. Not to mention their loot would be very much appreciated. Grand Soul Gems, Bone Arrows, maybe some Fire Arrows, Giant Toad, that's one. Soul Stealer Arrows. Check the other one. Diamond, Giant's Toe, more gold. Primitive Heavy Cuirask, no thank you. Void Salts, and a Wolf's Pelt. A Werewolf Pelt. Alright. So we are going to head to that one. And actually, can I tell you to wait for me at home? The Golden Hills Plantation. I'm pretty much going to start just sending all the pets to the Golden Hills Plantation. I did notice that I could send it to the other one, which I think the other one was the dwarven place up in the north that well, not up in the north, over by Riften that we unlocked not too long ago that we had to like spend 3 days renovating. So that's nice to know that we can also send them there. I'm noticing more people on the road, although these are not. I wonder if these are more refugees that had their farm destroyed by a dragon.
It happened so fast. 1 minute the dragon was there, the next it was gone. Everything was destroyed.
Did you see where it went?
No, I was too afraid to look. I don't know what we're going to do now. We have nothing left.
Here.
You're too kind. Thank you. Be careful and stay safe.
So if you think about how beggars beg for a single gold, they're happy to receive 5 gold. Have you ever thought about... You're welcome. I probably would have given you guys more if I could have. More bandits. Could clear them out. This is definitely a place we have not cleared out before because I haven't even discovered it technically. Come on. Give me the buff. Give me the buff. Where'd the other one go? We could clear out that fortress, but I don't really feel like it's necessary at this point. Sarah does have a back and forth kind of thought process about it, of whether or not it's worth taking the time. I think these are vigils.
Wherever the Daedra hide, the Vigil of
Yep.
Stendarr will cast them into the light.
Which we can now actually talk to them without any problems, because we now actually are no longer something that they would fight, except maybe a Daedra worshipper. I actually do not know if Magnus counts as a Daedra or not. I know that technically by the definition of Aedra and Daedra, he would technically be a Daedra, but I don't think he's actually considered a Daedra. I think the Daedra are the ones that we normally run into. I don't think Magnus counts. Technically, he would be a Daedra, because the definition of Daedra is not our ancestors. That's actually what it means in the Elven tongue. And basically that means that anyone that is not any of the gods that is not the Aedra, which is our ancestors, would be considered Daedra. But I don't know if like they specifically would hate Magnus. It'd be something I'd definitely be interested in finding out, because Sarah is a worshiper of Magnus, but I'm pretty sure that that's not a problem. I'm trying to pray right now. Oh, I like the little like beam of light coming down over top of me. Speaking of which, I forgot about the whole boost from having things on that are... There we go. Now we can continue on. Buffed by the powers of Magnus. I do think that Sarah does... I do feel like Sarah does want to take a break from all this adventuring. We might do that after the Saints Introducers. She might go back to either High Hrothgar or to Clockwork Castle to meditate on the powers that she has. Because I do feel like she wants to understand... What the heck? Travelers outside the city? Can I help you, gentlemen?
You picked a bad time to get lost, friend.
You picked a bad city to camp outside of. We might take their horse. Can definitely say that this was something Sarah would have dealt with. A group of bandits this close to the city is definitely not something she would be okay with just ignoring. I could see her being very annoyed by it. See what we can find inside of here. Close. There we go. Gold. Okay, man. Blackberry, mead, wine.
Over here.
Hi. Ow. Well, that was fun. Wasn't expecting a bunch more bandits to come wandering in. Kind of nice though. Nothing interesting there. I think we've already searched this one. Yep. Maybe this one? Nothing interesting. And you? Nothing interesting. And you? Okay. Let's go back to checking out their supplies. Sarah would probably report this to the guard. Smugglers trade notes. Alright, we'll be taking that. Apparently the site of a ambush. Don't know if Sarah would automatically jump to the necessity of dealing with that. Let's take a look. So if we take that off, let's take a look at the map and see what we're looking at for where this location is. Probably skims the notes, sees something about an ambush and a location. So it's near the Western Watchtower. It's the opposite direction we were going, but I think Sarah would find this to be very interesting and would definitely go and look into it. I really hope stealing this horse is not actually going to be counted as stealing this horse, since I'm pretty sure I just stole it from the bandits. I'm hoping that's the case. If not, I'm going to be very peeved if I have to pay a bounty because of that. Not to mention the fact that it would make me travel all the way to Whiterun, which would be very annoying. And I think I've already used I Am Thane once, and I won't be able to use it again, because that usually doesn't seem to work the second time. It seems to be a one and done kind of thing. I didn't really worry about it though, because I wasn't expecting her to have to do that very often. I am kind of hoping that I get the option of, if it does thing, I can be like, do you really have time for this? There's the guy. I don't see any guards around here. There might be some at the tower, but I don't see any here. Kill or pickpocket the orc. I'm guess. Really?
All right. Hand over your valuables, or I'll gut you like a fish.
I'm warning you. Back off.
Walk
Well,
away.
I can see you're not one to be trifled with.
I'm warning you.
Let this
Back
be
off.
a warning to you.
There we go. I did not feel like dealing with that petty thief. Not right now, at least. Steadfast Ward, which we already have. Chain Lightning. Smuggler's Ledger, Healing Potion. Ooh, another hood. And the Ledger. Let's take a look at this Ledger. Nope, not you. There we go. Items. Dozen bottles of skooma. Deliver to Delvin, Mallory Riften. Smuggler's fee, 50 septims and a favor. Knowing Delvin, this discount is worth it, at least this time around. Items. Staff of Harned, Void Salt, Soul Gem, Bone Meal. Deliver to Ivan of Ulfund and Lucengarad. Brittle Pass. Just gold and gems for now. It was tough sneaking it some of the items on the list, but the zombie lovers were happy with the haul. They say they're trying to open a portal to something called the Soul Cairn. If the loot to be had inside, it might be a good idea to line up some buyers. Kane, Book, Bandits, Silverward, Riverwatch. Hagvar paid with a dagger and some farmer's clothes with the blood still on it. The cane was foot short, but it serves the bastard right for not paying in gold. I am told him if he wants better service, he's going to have to learn how to fight with his eyes open. Tempted to kill that thief, but no. Let's just go get this taken care of. Apparently there's a necromancer in that area. We'll go deal with that. Sadly, we weren't able to deal with this orc. Oh. Not sure if this was a... if this was something that was... Up here. Ooh, black soul gems. Ectoplasm. LBS satchel. Gurlick. Grand soul gem. Poison of Magica. Dead horse. Alright then. Yeah, I got everything off him that was of use. Alright, we're gonna go to deal with that. I think the horse ran off, so we're basically without a horse again. Again, I'll be very upset if the guards give me any trouble because of that stupid horse. Let's do some teleportation. Should be up here and on the left. Members of the Thalmor again. Sarah will attempt to hold her bloodlust. Although, half tempted to talk to them, because I know I can egg them into a fight. And she knows she's more than capable of taking them down. Well, Let's see. Iron Flesh. Rise of Magica. Let's get a prayer real quick. Elemental Blast. Elemental Blast. We'll keep Dovahki. Dragon Skin on.
Move along.
What are you doing?
Taking this man to be interrogated.
What has he done?
He has knowledge of a cult of Talos. He will tell us what we need to know, or he will die. The choice is his. Now get out of my way. You're interfering with official Thalmor business.
Where are you
That is
taking your
none of
prisoner?
concern.
What right do you have to drag people away like
By
this?
imperial law banning Talos, we have the right to do whatever we want. And now you'll walk away, or perhaps there's something you'd like to confess.
I will worship whoever I want.
Incorrect. You can worship whatever gods you like, but Talos is a man. And so you will die a heretic's death.
You're dead.
I'm glad that went about as well as I was expecting. And hopefully this will mean that it did not count as a crime because I didn't kill them, I was defending myself. Or did... Oh. There he goes without a word of thanks. You know, out of character, I shouldn't... You know, in character, I shouldn't know that that he's a member of the Stormcloaks, but I know Sarah has talked to them before and has seen them run off like this as members of the Stormcloaks. And I guess I'm thinking that she's at this point not surprised that they would just run off. She doesn't like the Stormcloaks. I think I've said that before, and I think I said before that she'll eventually team with the Imperials, but as of right now, she has her own reasons for staying where she's at. She'll probably become a vampire lord, but the reason I'm doing that is part of that entire story, which we will go over more later when we get to it. But for now, a necromancer has a staff that I'm interested in obtaining. Hello, hello. Well, well, well. Well, this is odd. Strange. Goodbye. Probably don't need his flashy spells. But whatever. Whoa. That was not normal. I was about to say, did I just get downed by a single ice spike? You have got to be joking me. I was like, I am much more powerful than that. Do not test me. Eesh. A hunter. They definitely have that odd skeleton. Strange beyond belief. Again, I know exactly what the situation is with that one. I recognize that skeleton. Just was not expecting to see one here. Although, the note we read definitely did say something about the soul cairn, and that was definitely something to be considered. Human heart. Rustic tunic. Let's see. Anything in the ash file? Potion of destruction. Necromancer boots. Bone meal. Void salts. Ancestors and the Dunmer. The Book of Daedra. I half expected to get a god worship if possible out of that. Garlic, gold, jasper berries, Ivera's note. We'll take a look at that in a second. Souls, black and white. Might eventually look at that. Staff of Hazadoki. If the target dies within 60 seconds, fill a soul gem. Knocks back the target on impact while not attacking. Creates a ward that protects the spells for up to 40 points. Interesting. Light and the dark. Take a look at that real quick in just a second. I want to go check in this spot. I want to go check this body. Then I want to check all those notes and things. Black arts on trial. Arcade the enemy. Interesting. And a chest. Anything good? Hangman's Noose. Ultimate healing. Another of these strange amulets. Gold and an amethyst. I don't know if those amulets are actually anything, but I am going to keep grabbing them and taking them. Alright. Let's take a look at these books real quick. The first one to take a look at was that Ivera's note, or whatever it is. This one. The journey from Olveland was long but worth the trip. We'll have a far easier time finding what we need to open a portal to the soul cairn. The pass is remote, and yet there are no shortage of travelers looking for a shortcut across the mountains. As such, we'll have plenty of blood and bone meal at our disposal, and will need void salts and soul gems fragments to complete the ritual. Lucaris suggests we contact the local smugglers to help with the latter. She'd been in contact with one about the staff of Hartiuk. If the wizard truly bound his soul to the staff, as legend suggests, releasing him might provide a worthy offering to the ideal masters. Ideal masters? I don't think any master would be ideal. In any case, adding the ingredients to the list should be an easy task. Alright, the other thing I wanted to look at was, let's see. First, let's look at the Black Arts on Trial. I guess I've already seen this once. We already looked at the Book of Daedra. The Light and the Dark. It's like a storybook. Interesting. To Raise the Living. Another storybook of some kind, maybe. Now, where was that Souls Black and White? Where is it? Here we go. Souls Black and White. The nature of the soul is not knowledge. Every wizard that has attempted to vanish without a trace. Wait. The nature of the soul is not knowledge. Every wizard that has attempted to vanishes. That has attempted it vanishes without a trace. What can be known is that souls are the source of mystic energy that can be harvested. Every creature, living or dead, is powered by a soul. Without it, they are just lumps of flesh and piles of bone. The animating force can be contained within a soul gem. If the soul gem has the capacity, from the gem, the power can be used to power magical items. Interesting. Well, we might as well read the rest of this. It'll probably be with the last we do with this, so if you don't want to hear the rest of this, thanks for watching. Please leave a like if you liked the video. Leave me a comment if you want to comment something about the video, and if you're not subscribed, please consider it. It does help my channel grow, and I do appreciate it. Centuries of experimentation have demonstrated that there are black souls and white souls. Only the rare black soul gems can hold the souls of higher creatures, such as man and elf, while the souls of lesser creatures can be captured by gems of many colors. They are all categorized as white soul gems, hence the division of souls into black and white. While white souls are far safer than black souls, although not as powerful, beginning students of Mysticum should not dabble in black souls or black soul gems, even if one were to ignore the guild structure against necromantic arts used to power black soul gems. It is dangerous to the caster to handle them for long if the gem is not precisely the size of the encased soul. Small bits of the caster's soul may leak into the gem when it is touched. Ooh, I didn't know that. Interesting. So that's our souls, black and white. You already know Hangman's Noose, and we already know Standard Ward. I haven't really done any reading for a while, so we might pick up some more eating at some point. Let's see. Is there anything else we need to look at, or anything else I should talk about? Um, Out of character, I know about the Soul Cairn. I know what these guys were trying to get to, and I know what they were trying to do. I know about the skeleton that I defeated. The one that Sarah thought was that we mentioned we thought was interesting. That was more of just Sarah's reaction to it, since I don't think Sarah's ever heard of the Soul Cairn. I don't think Sarah knows what the Soul Cairn is. I think that if her father ever told her about the Soul Cairn, the only thing he would have told her is that it's a place that is a place that is far away, and it's a dimension of oblivion, and that it's probably dangerous to go there. He probably didn't go very much into detail about it. Ooh, chest. Sapphire, potion, soul gem, and gold. Oh, that was poorly placed. I don't feel like she's familiar with the Soul Cairn. I don't think she's familiar with how it works, what it is, where it is, or what the purpose for people going there. It's one of my reasons for her making the joke of, is any master ideal? She doesn't realize that the ideal masters are not talking about a master who is ideal. They're talking about a group known as the Ideal Masters. But I do think that she does have particular feelings about. She would have particular feelings about the Ideal Masters. We will eventually get to the Ideal Masters, and she will eventually have to make her decision on them, but that won't be for a while. But I think that's going to be the end of this little episode. Again, likes, comments, subscribe, all those good things. And I would and I will see you guys in the next one. Sarah will probably stay here and do some studying, probably trying to figure out what she can about the Soul Cairn and what these people were exactly doing. But she probably won't get much information. But I will see you guys in the next one. Later.